Hampshire head coach Sean McDonnell. Wildcats extended their playoff run, amazing 13 straight seasons, certainly a testament to the success that you and the program have had over the years. How has your program remained so consistently strong each year, and is the tradition passed from class to class? How have you done that?
Well, we've been fortunate. We've had good people at all levels, and I'm not talking about playing football. It started with our administration, with Mark Huddleston and Marty Scarano and the people above us there. My assistant coaches and coordinators, they've been unbelievable. And again, it falls back on the players, Kurt. And we've been fortunate to find the right kind of kids that fit what New Hampshire does and how we play. They've executed the things we've asked them to execute, but most importantly, they've invested in it and really did a great job of investing in the program, investing in what we're doing. How do you carry it on? How do you pass it along? Be honest with you, we don't talk a whole lot about it. It's a belief that you've got work to do, and every year when you come back to work, you're the next one. And it's the next game, next day, next practice, whatever it is. Let's try to get better every day, but make sure that you do little things. Now, in the back of their minds, they know there's a legacy and there's something they want to carry on. So there's a little chip on everybody's shoulder to be in that team that continues it going. And as each year gets further along, it's fun to see them, how they react to it.
Football season, the season can be a grind. It was for your quarterback, Trevor Knight, because of injuries and what have you, kind of dealing with that. But he still put together a pretty good season a year ago. How has he improved in the offseason, and what do you expect from him this year?
Two things have improved in the offseason. I've watched him in the pocket. I think his feet are a little bit quieter. I think he's under control. He's always had a command of what the offense is doing. I think the thing that he learned as things went along is that we're a distributorship at the quarterback position. You want to get the ball to the guys in open space. We got good athletes that can play, get the ball to them in open spaces and let them do their job. And if things break down, the one thing that Trevor has the ability to do is to run. And he showed that in a couple different instances last year. He had 2 runs over 50 yards for touchdowns. He made plays with his legs as well. The thing he's got to learn as he goes along is get away from some of this stuff. Get down, get out of bounds, and understand that. Watch him in the spring. I thought he had a better grasp of that, better understanding of that.
Well, one thing that should help Trevor is the return of all 3 starting wide receivers, including preseason all-conference pick Neil O'Connor. How much does that familiarity between the quarterback and his receivers help your offense?
I think it's very important. These guys have come up together. They were both look squad guys, and they're young guys in the thing. And last year, Neil had an outstanding year for us. We moved him into the X receiver, our receiver. And he did a great job for us. Malik Love had a very, very good year. Rory Donovan had a good year. There's a 4th kid that maybe is our most talented kid, Kieran Presley, that had a great fall camp and broke his foot and didn't get to play as much and played a little bit towards the end of the year, but wasn't ever in sync with everything. He's healthy last spring, did a nice job. So we've got some guys. Again, it goes back to distribute the ball, Trevor. Get to those guys in open spaces on the run so they can move and make plays.
7 starters back on your defense. How do you feel that group will do, and who are some of the guys that you look to be the leaders on that unit?
Well, I think it all starts up front, and I think it starts with Holt and Sosnick, our 2 interior guys who played a tremendous amount of snaps last year. Very important that our defensive line continues to improve, and they made great improvements last year. Our linebackers played last year, Keel and Dean, and we moved Balsamo inside. Those 3 kids are going to be huge for us because we had 5 kids last year at linebacker. And now, a couple guys graduated, and those guys got to go. But the positions for us that I think are huge to get our corners, our defensive corners this year. Prince Smith had a hell of a rookie year, the freshman of the year, but you got a lot of growing to do yet in this defense, to take Casey DeAndre's place as possibly the boundary court. With Casey, we could do some things in coverage because he was so good at locking down and making plays on their best boundary receiver. Now we got to find out if Perkins has gotten better, is a day making strides. Marquise Carr is healthy finally for a time. So those 2 positions are really important for us.
How does the challenge of competing in CAA football week in and week out help prepare you for success in the postseason? Well, you've been there 13 straight times, so you got it's
the biggest litmus test you can have, Kurt. And our league prepares us. When I look at through the years the teams and the conferences that we've played, starting with the Patriot League, starting with Bethune-Cookman, with Southern Illinois, with McNeese State, we've gone to those games feeling comfortable while playing, whether it's home or away, feeling comfortable while playing that we've been in an environment that is as difficult, if not more difficult, than the environment we're going to play in. that team we're playing is not as well coached or as good as the teams that we played in the CAA, and then the players speak for themselves in the teams that we play against. So our experience over a 9-week period in the CAA preps us for that first round. The problem is you're going to run into a CAA team in the second round, and that's not fun.
All right, Coach Sean McDonnell, thank you for joining us. Best of luck. Continue on with your streak in 2007.
I hope so, Kurt. Thank you, man.